All right. All right. I think I only like to speak for myself most times, but I feel like we're on the same page, right?
Yeah.
Of everything going on, really. And I want to shout out. I think what we have here, even though we're a small platform, and we're two dudes in a room, and we're just talking about something that's affecting the world, and I don't know what we're really doing. If this does help, I think it is helping. I want to be able to help, but I just want to say that I think by talking about this, it'll help us, put the word out there, awareness, spread love, positivity, instead of bringing things down to another level. Because we've seen there's enough negativity out there, man.
Yeah.
It's pandemic on pandemic on pandemic that's happening in this world, and this is something that's been going on, I think, for it hasn't really even stopped. You know what I mean? I'm talking about the oppression of Black people, and just, I don't know, prejudice and all these things that maybe growing up we've seen and maybe haven't said anything. I don't know. I just want to talk about it.
Yeah.
And get through this.
Yeah.
So I think this is going to be a deep one, guys. This is episode 71 of the podcast. You Are Here podcast. Realest podcast in the game. We're not going to dodge any subjects. We're going to get into this. And it's tough, but I think if we have the right mindset, and we want to get somewhere, we want to spread support, love, and find a podcast on, wherever you find the podcast. I don't want to, I'd rather put out sources to help support and stuff like that first.
Yeah. Post some links to places.
The description is going to have a bunch of places you can donate and stuff. And we'll go through some of them too.
Yeah.
But I don't know. How do you feel right now?
I want to start I'm trying. My thing is, I told you before, I didn't want to get mad. I don't want to blow up on this podcast today. I'm very angry. I'm very disgusted. I'm just sad, just really sad about everything that's going on right now. I prepared for this podcast by just watching the George Floyd video again, which is, I want to say, first and foremost, Black Lives Matter. That's coming from me.
Me too.
I've heard many times, and before this, I'd be like, oh yeah, that makes sense. The all lives matter quote.
Yeah.
And I get it, because I believe that too. I believe all lives do matter. And of course all lives matter. But right now, what I want to put on the table for people who may have a misunderstanding about Black Lives Matter and saying that and making sure that's at the forefront of what we're saying right now as a people is, of course all lives matter, right? Every race matters. Every life on this planet is the most important thing. It holds the most value. A life holds the most value. So all lives absolutely matter. Yeah. Of course. Here's the problem. One race, their lives seem to not matter as much right now. And for a long time, they haven't. And so when you say Black Lives Matter, let it be known that you're doing it for your brothers and sisters who are Black, that you give a shit about their lives. It's not saying white lives don't matter and Asian lives don't matter and Hispanic lives don't matter. That's not what we're saying. That's not what I don't think. I don't know anything. I'm gonna start the podcast by saying this.
Yeah.
I don't know anything.
And we're not too political dudes. And we really stay away from these kind of topics because we know how they get.
Right.
And we have our own views and stuff. And you have your own views too. That's what makes us human. We have our own things that make us who we are, what we believe in. If you're going to vote for whoever you're going to vote for, it should be because that's who you think will benefit you most. Right?
Right.
I think that's the decision you're really making. At the end of the day, what's going to benefit you most. But I think to not worry about your neighbor and, people as a whole, I think is a disservice to entire image and the entire idea of what America is.
Oh, absolutely. Dude.
In a place of there's so much opportunity and you can do anything. And people say, I've seen this argument a lot too. It's like if you're white, you have the same opportunity as any other race and stuff. But obviously, throughout, that's not true.
That's not true.
You know what I mean?
Let's keep it 100 on this podcast if we're gonna do it. the culture the society that we've been birthed into, that our parents have emigrated to, that we've all signed a contract on living in, was built on the backs of older white men way before our time.
Yeah.
Okay? So it benefited them most, of course.
Yeah.
And now, for generations, without knowing it, me and you, white men, white boys, when we were kids,
growing up,
we signed up for this.
Yeah.
I'll speak for myself. I signed up for this. I didn't even know what racism was. I didn't even know there was a difference between me and my black friends. I had no fucking idea.
Yeah.
I had no idea. There is no difference to me between me and my black friends. But for me not to acknowledge that the culture and society, the government that has been set up for long before I've been here, plays more into my hands than my brother's hands, who's black, of course. I have to acknowledge that. If I give a fuck, if I love my brother, my friends, if I love black culture, it's done so much for me. Now, as a white man, I have to say, then I have to have its back. I have to have my brother's back, my sister's back. I have to. And I'm ashamed that I wasn't so privy to what was going on for the longest fucking time, man.
Yeah.
But you're never going to catch me quiet about this thing ever again, dude, because there's straight up murder happening.
Yep.
There's murder happening. Someone's crying for his mother because he's being suffocated by somebody. And another cop, this is what I want to talk about too. I don't think the police are just all over terrible. No. I want to say that. I want to say I have family who's in law enforcement. I know police officers that are very, very good people, obviously. And we all know that. At the core of this, we all know that. And we're seeing videos come out where people obviously are protesting, and there's tension, and there's police officers crossing the line and giving hugs and loving on the people who are protesting. And there's trying to be a giant shift in the culture.
Yeah.
And the obvious enemy is the police officers, right? Now, there are racist police officers, and there always have been. Now they're in a place of power.
Yeah.
Okay. Their job is to work off of impulse. I have an impulse. I trust it, and I do it. Yeah. And they get off scot-free for that. Mm-hmm. Now, how can you have a racist police officer in your precinct who kills a man, right? And this has been happening for a long time, man. And it's in the news for a week, and it's gone.
Yep.
So okay, we've all accepted that. We've all allowed it to just be swept under the rug. Now it's not getting swept under the rug anymore. There's racist police officers out there who are killing black men and have been doing, and black women have been doing it for fucking years.
Every month there's something, dude.
Yes,
it doesn't stop.
Yes.
It's been like this forever.
Now, if it's going to change, this is my thing. This is what I think. I don't fucking know, but this is my theory. Police officers who are good, who are just like us, who are human beings, who have souls, who care about their brothers and sisters, have to speak up against their partner police officers in their precincts. They have to say, it's no longer the brotherhood of and the sisterhood of us being cops together. Now, the major thing that we're all doing, or we're all in conjunction with, is there is a clear trend. There's statistics showing black people have been brutalized by police officers. We have to do something about that. I think you have to speak up if you're a police officer and you know something is going on, or you see a thing happening or whatever. There was a cop standing right next to this motherfucker who killed George Floyd.
There were 3.
Yeah. So they're just watching, man.
Yeah. And the craziest thing is, in this whole case, I don't think they've been prosecuted yet. And I think that's another thing. Was this whole thing is if you look at the problem with that one police officer, and then you look at the problem of all those police officers, it all connects to. It's a complex system, man. That's what we're getting at. It's this is a system set up.
It has to be picked apart and fucking shown to us all, and then we have to change the things about the system. All 4 of those officers should be, especially the first should obviously go to jail for life. Exactly. You're done.
Those others should. I say they should too. At least be prosecuted.
Absolutely.
And they still aren't, which is crazy to me.
Okay. So clearly the government's saying, "Hey, what? This is how we always done things." Yeah. We can't. What are we going to change now?
And eventually, and it wasn't even especially for the officer that was in the fucking video, and there was 2 different angles, and you see the guy pleading for his life.
Yes.
He wasn't prosecuted right away.
No,
it took days. I think if you want to avoid all this the aftermath, all the negative things happening, it's you got to do fucking snap of a finger. That's 100%. What it is, and that's the problem. It's not the law. They're changing shit. They're still figuring shit out.
Yes,
which
man.
makes zero sense to me.
Yes. It's
not working.
Right. My thing is
this is like a volcano. It's been
yes,
just fucking
exactly.
It erupts. This shit happens, and then there's a huge story.
Yes.
Like
yes.
What happened to coronavirus, bro? It's gone. We don't think about this shit.
No.
Look at this.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
This is what's the most important.
Yeah.
It's taking over a fucking virus that's killing people. Right. This happens every fucking month, and it just gets swept under.
Dude,
and that's how it's been forever, man.
Yeah, I mean, it is. That's how the media cycle works. That's how we all get worked up on one thing, and then it goes away in 2 weeks, and we're fed something new, or something new occurs in our fucking life, and then that's the next thing we worry about. This thing is if this racism against black people has to be brought to light in America, period, end of story. There's no way I want my kids to grow up in a country where there's brutalization of black people by police officers, and my kids don't know anything about it.
Yeah.
It's just nothing they even think about.
Yeah.
It's not right. Plug. If you're having confusion about this, and like, I'm not trying to be like aggressive, and I'm just mad.
Yeah.
Plug in someone you care about in George Floyd's shoes, and just watch the tape.
Yeah.
Just watch the tape.
Yeah.
This is. I'm talking about once. This is one thing. Now watch another video of this happening, and plug in another person. You
Anything,
know.
man.
Yeah, and then maybe you'll be a little pissed. You know what I mean? Maybe then you'll call somebody or give a donation. You can't. I'm not political, dude. I hate getting involved in this kind of thing, but this isn't politics. This is human life now.
Yeah.
This is a fucking problem. Yeah. This is not a joke. It's not a fucking joke. I'm not kidding. I don't speak up on a lot of political stuff. I don't know a lot about left and right situations. I don't know who's fucking backing who. I don't know about gun rights. I don't know anything about that, and I don't claim to. This is a human life situation. And if you really give a fuck about life and people, plug in, if you are fucking racist, if you do have a problem with some kind of race, plug in somebody that you love. Plug in somebody that you love into that situation. Okay? Are you going to feel like this is unfair? Is it time to speak up? Is it time to at least, we have this podcast.
Yep.
I don't know what else to do.
Me either.
This is all I know to do. I'm speaking to you if you're listening.
Yep.
At least acknowledge that this thing is real, that it's been happening, that don't be ashamed if you were not privy to it. Just accept that maybe you didn't understand what was going on, and now you do, and it's okay.
Yeah.
If you're white and you didn't know what was happening really, or you chose maybe to like look the other way, of course that's a wrong thing to fucking do.
Yeah.
But now is the time to acknowledge that. Acknowledge it. Look it in the eye. Help your brothers and sisters in any fucking way we can. I'll never understand what it's like to be a black man in this world. I won't understand. No. I can empathize. I always have. But listen, dude, I can empathize. I'm sorry for cutting you off. I can empathize, but I can't say I know exactly what it's like to be a black man in this. I don't know.
And the craziest thing is like you can't, obviously, yes, you can't feel it, but you see it.
I feel for you.
You see it.
I hear you.
You know what I mean?
I cry for you.
Yeah.
But I need to be able to speak for you. I need to be able to at least back you in some kind of way. Whatever you need from me, let me know.
And I see a lot of the argument people say is like, what do black people want from white people? You know, like what do they want us to do? Like, what can I do to help you? It's like, I feel like there's a big thing is, especially like, I remember when I was growing up in school, like I'm predominantly like white town, and there's like a small, you know, population of African Americans and like Native Americans, stuff like that. And like growing up, I feel like the same with you, is like you never felt different than these people.
Never.
You know? But then like as you grow older, like in high school and stuff, I noticed a lot of racial shit happening. You know what I mean? A lot of people were like using slurs and stuff like that. And like when you start getting introduced to it, you're like, all right, maybe like there's something going on. It's like it's weird to learn about that. And then like you're reading that in your textbooks and shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I feel like these people that are like, these older people they somehow missed like schooling or something. Like I feel like we have to be re-educated somehow. There's got to be some way to, I don't know, because I don't get how you can go through this life on like not caring about people all the same and not seeing a problem with this. Because it's obvious when you watch that fucking video of this man dying in front of your eyes and pleading for his life and him not doing anything and no one helping him.
Right.
It's like, I don't get how you can live like that. Like, I don't get where you find like the right in being like, oh, maybe like you don't know the full thing. What happened? To, like maybe he did something. Maybe he's a criminal. Maybe he's a criminal. Might be a criminal because he's black or some shit like that.
That's the point. Is a cop is pulling up to a black. You can. Dude, I guarantee you have a black friend. I guarantee they have some kind of story about this, and that's the fucking problem. That's the problem. Is a cop will see a black person on the street, not a cop, a racist person will see a black person on the street, and because his job is to work off of impulse, right? He has the opportunity to say, "Hey, where are you going? What's going on? What's your name?" And also put somebody in fucking handcuffs and put a gun to somebody just for a light violation or something like that in a car, because they're working off an impulse of an idea, a racist idea, that because the person's black, something's wrong, criminal.
And you see it. It's like, and if people say racism dead, what
if they call it an accident? What if something happens with somebody who's not guilty, right? Like George Floyd. Now what? It was an accident. You didn't mean to.
And you see this with the littlest shit too. It's like that fucking story with that lady and the guy in the park in New York, the bird watching thing.
Yeah, dude, the fucking bird watching.
It's literally like that's so. It was such an like I don't know. It was disgusting to watch that lady do that.
She wielded it as a weapon.
Yep,
dude. That's racist. She has a preconceived notion and a belief that when I call the cops, automatically you lose. Yeah. So I got you. You're racist. This is racist. Yeah. She already knows. This is her belief, man, that the cops are going to come and they're going to see black guy, white girl, and they're going to say, "Hey, what happened, white lady? We got it. Don't worry."
Yeah.
Okay?
And that's the hardest thing too, is like, I think social, like technology with like social media and all this shit it definitely helps, but I feel like it's like a double-edged sword almost, where at least we can like record these things, be there to record this shit. But I think there's positives and negatives to it, but I'm happy that it's there, that we can record and show, justices and what's right and wrong, and like be able to decipher for people ourselves and mobilize as people, as citizens in this free country.
It has to get to the point now where how can we in some way help each other as a people, all black, white, Hispanic, Asian, everyone. How do we help specifically black people not be brutalized by the police, so that when it's just recorded now, like thank God for that. Thank God for that.
That's
otherwise the movement
would be happening. That's half the problem.
Exactly. But like, how do we get to the point now, and I hope within the year, where a police officer will think twice and not be racist, obviously, but have a second thought about approaching a black person with a gun drawn at a car, or pulling someone out of a car for resisting arrest if they're black, as opposed to like a white dude who just says no and just gets to sit there. How do we get to the point where nobody has to pull out a camera, because it's not happening anymore? Yeah, that's where I want to get to. That's where I hope, like, I believe, I really am, like, with everything going on, I'm scared, I'm sad, I'm angry, but I believe in people, man. I believe, like, we like, I see some of these it's individuals. I want to say this. You're an individual. I'm an individual. Whoever's listening, that's one person. You're an individual if you're listening. Okay? When you take a person on who's in front of you, that's another individual. And I guarantee you see that person for who they are if you spend time and if you really think and like allow them to speak and listen. Listen. Just listen. Just try to empathize and listen to whoever's in front of you. Police officers, you should be doing the same thing. Yeah. There's no reason to pull up to somebody. It's the oldest thing we're ever taught. Don't judge a book by its cover. It's the first thing you're fucking taught. Just don't do it. Empathize, empathy. Let's all have empathy for each other, man. We bleed the same blood. Okay? If you're having a racist thought, plug in somebody you fucking love to that situation. I guarantee you're not going to see that person the same way. Yeah. We've all got a fucking heart, man. And I'm just sad, man. I'm just sick of seeing. I don't understand it. I didn't grow up this way. I never had a racist community around me feeding me shit. Yeah. I was always around people of different nationalities than I was, and it's a beautiful way to live, man. I don't fucking get it, but I empathize enough to say, like, if you are one of these people who don't understand, just try to just listen. Just try to open your ears to the situation and just watch and listen before you speak. Okay? If you're, I think some people are so ingrained in like a community, like there's some people I used to follow who are like super far right, and they're open the state up, and everything that's totally right wing. They're posting and they're sharing and they're very boisterous and loud and obnoxious and cursing and fuck Governor all this shit.
Yeah.
When something like this happens, even if I think as a human being you believe in your heart that person was murdered, I think it's hard for that kind of person to say this is wrong, I'm against this, because it's not a right wing type of thing to say.
Yeah.
When it's a bipartisan life, dude, we're all gonna fucking be buried. That's what I think. I think when it's individual to individual, like it is now, I think if you're looking at the person in front of you who is being brutalized by police officers and has been their entire fucking life, if you see that, you're automatically gonna empathize, man. That's a human life. That's a human life. Floyd was a human life.
An innocent human life.
Innocent. Just like me and you.
Yeah.
Just like anyone you're fucking related to,
man.
dude. Exactly. It's
a family ripped apart.
There's no reason that should have happened. There's zero fucking excuse for it. There's zero excuse that he had to. It was how many minutes? Fucking 8 minutes of him on the ground. There's zero reason that the police officers watching couldn't have stepped in and said, "Hey, ease up." There's zero reason, man. That was different. They're different ethnicities. Those cops.
Dude, we're watching people, just normal protesters, hold each other back.
Yes.
If they can fucking do that, man, officers can do that shit. There's like this power. The government and the law enforcement, this is all to serve the people.
Yeah, that's your job.
It's not to kill them.
No. And when,
it's not to overpower them. You're given this power to secure the safety, so there is no imbalance.
Yeah.
You're there to keep balance.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. That's your job, man. That's your job. You are for the people. You are for the people every time you put the badge on. You're there to protect people. So during these protests, the things that are they're making me so emotional and so like I believe in people so much is that I'm seeing these cops cross these lines and saying like there was someone who pushed a cop, like brutally pushed somebody, threw him to the ground. And this other police officer stepped in and started screaming at the cop and said, "Don't do that." Yeah. Now, that's something that I think is productive. That's showing the people who are protesting against this that we're not just cops, a blanket statement. We're not just people who are against you to say, "Don't do this." We're just trying to be here to help make sure it's a peaceful one so not a lot of stuff is destroyed. But we're with you on this. A lot of police officers are black.
Yeah.
We're not against you. We're not against you. Now, are all of them? No. I saw a video of a cop at Barclays throwing up the white power sign.
Yeah.
I saw that.
Did you see in New York the police, they were blocking the vehicle and they fucking ran people over?
Yeah. And that scares me, man. Is that in a time like this where there's chaos and it seems to be two sides, it seems to be a war happening.
Yeah.
Both sides, if there's not a lot of these crossing of the lines and seeing people for who they are instead of just trying to go to a place to hurt people, this is gonna be bad. This is gonna be bad. There needs to be more empathy, man. There needs to be at least I don't know how you could watch those videos or be there for the people who have gone to protest. Like, I applaud you guys.
Yeah.
You're putting yourselves in danger for the sake of the black community, and like I fucking applaud the shit out of you.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do, man.
I want to throw in I think a big thing too is with the like education and stuff, and I want to just throw in a quote or kind of thing that it was like a school teacher. Her name's Jane Elliott. She's a long-time black activist, older white woman, just preaching to people and stuff. And she did this
about racism now.
Yeah, I mean, she's been doing this forever, dude.
Got you.
Back in the day, like, and she did this. I saw this one video that she did of a speech where she talked to a room of like white people. I think it was a school or like parents of people or something.
Yeah.
And if you're still having trouble like understanding or like you're confused about what you're feeling and stuff, would you be happy to be treated the same way as a black person in society today?
Mm-hmm.
It's a simple question. She asked the room this, and everyone was silent, right?
If you want to swap places.
If you would swap places, would you be happy with that?
Yeah.
Would you feel safe? Would you feel, you know what I mean?
Yep.
And that room was quiet, and she repeated it, and they were still quiet.
Says everything.
Do you see the problem that's going on?
That's a perfect example.
You know there's injustice. You know there's something wrong, but you choose to ignore that.
Ignore it. Yes.
Like, you don't want to face that.
Yes.
I think people are scared to face shit. People are scared to face normal shit in your own life.
Yes.
You're afraid to fucking face a girl you like.
Yes.
Or a fucking boy you like. It's like, yes, I get it, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like, this is life or death. This is like humanity or fucking, you know, losing your freedom and shit. You know what I mean? Everyone's the fucking same. I think we got to be there for each other, man.
Yeah. You're right.
It's just fucked. I don't know.
That's really well said, man. I think the silence that's spoken in that room that was not said, the silence says
that's
everything.
a choice. You're saying nothing, but that's a choice to do nothing.
Absolutely.
You're still doing something.
Absolutely. Man. Absolutely. And I'll never be silent in a conversation like this ever again in my life.
I can't.
And I'm so glad, not that this happened, but I'm proud of the people who have stepped up and said, it's time to change what's happening right now. Black people are not going to be brutalized by police anymore. And we're not going to stop until something changes. Yeah. Nobody is, if you're with this, right? And I don't know many people who aren't with this, to be honest.
Me either.
And if you're not,
Especially
if you'd like to talk, I'd love to talk.
Yeah.
I would also love to learn more. So if anyone wants to talk to me about this, I'm open to it.
Yeah.
But if you're totally against this, against black people getting as equal behavior from police officers as white people do, or just there, that's the only thing I'm talking about right now. Then maybe you and I can't be friends, because I don't see how you can't give a fuck.
Yeah,
I don't see it. You if you have a heart, I don't think you can watch a video like that and not be changed. You know what I mean? I watched a man lose his life because of a prejudice, and I'm done. I'm done not saying anything. Yeah. I'm done. I don't give a fuck. Everyone, if it's family, friends, you know, telling me I'm wrong, that's fine. You can tell me I'm wrong, but I'm saying this. I'm with you guys, my brothers and sisters who are black, who have been suffering at the hands of police for a long fucking time. I'm with you, and in any way that I can help or be of service. This podcast, you know, this is now a part of this podcast, dude. This is my platform. This is all I have, and I'm using it for the better of the future of black people in this, because I want to get to that point where we don't have to pull out a phone and record it anymore. Yeah, no more. Everyone can put their phones in their pockets, because none of this shit's happening anymore. The thing I want to talk about is these riots.
Yeah, I just want to throw in another quote.
Go ahead.
I want to throw in another quote, then we can go to that. Can't change the world unless we change ourselves.
Bang.
Right? That's Joey Badass. And I want to throw in again, it's like black culture and music, art, all this stuff. It's like a lot of the people that listen to, you know, or like appreciate black culture or just like ingest it, don't appreciate it fully.
Absolutely.
And it's mostly young white kids.
Absolutely.
So next time you're listening to, like, you know, your Lil Uzi Vert or your Future or like all this stuff, it's
100%.
Like realize where this is coming. And a lot of this music that you appreciate is coming from a place
of oppression, dude.
Of oppression, man.
Yes,
that's how it all fucking started. That's how blues started. That's how rock started.
Absolutely.
It all fucking comes from this shit, man.
Absolutely.
So I think another thing is learn about, I think I talked about this before in the podcast, but learn about different culture, man.
Yes.
Don't fucking stay in your box. If you're scared, like, and you don't understand, and you hate another people, and you don't even have a reason like that,
it's fear.
It is. And if you just learn something about someone else, a different culture, learn about a black culture, get a book about it. Learn. You have the internet. You can do whatever you want. Yeah. Just learn about it. Maybe you'll fucking learn something that you appreciate. Because I appreciate. I mean, I've always shown. I feel like I've been appreciating it for a long time. Like, I don't know. I really fucking appreciate what black culture does for me, and I'm fully behind, you know, supporting black people in this and all the time.
Absolutely.
And I think there's no question.
There's zero question about that here on the. But you are fucking. This is your podcast. You are fucking. Yeah. This is your home. You belong here. I'm such. I have black culture. I'm such a fan of since I was a fucking little baby. That is followed me my entire life. blues, hip hop, basketball, all types of shit that
Poetry?
poetry, all types of shit that is black culture. I fully fucking love. And if I love black culture, if you love black culture, and it's something that you really appreciate, the black people who have come before us and have given us this and passed this down to us and allowed us to be a part of this culture, who've shared it with us, it's wrong of you. It's wrong of you to turn your back on them when they need you most.
Yeah.
That's all I'm gonna say. That's
I
all
agree,
I'm gonna
man.
say, dude.
I agree 100%.
So
All right.
Yeah.
So problems with protesting and stuff.
Yeah.
This is such a dicey topic.
This
man.
is dicey
tough
topic.
as
Well, this
fuck.
is new. Hey, and first of all, this is gonna be an uncomfortable podcast, bro.
Yeah.
This is gonna be an
it already
uncomfortable
is.
talk, and we're getting into uncomfortable shit. But hey, guess what?
But you know what? I kind of love it.
It's supposed to be uncomfortable, dude.
Yeah.
Something like this is not gonna be comfortable.
Yeah.
Growth is not comfortable.
Yep. I really appreciate this time though. I think was scared, but I shouldn't be scared.
No.
You know?
And it's okay.
Yeah, because
This
I don't know
is-
what I don't know what this like. I feel like I don't know what to say, but I feel like I know what to say.
We're speaking from our hearts,
Yeah,
man. You know?
I think that's right.
And listen, for real, you have no hate in your heart for another human being.
Yeah,
And neither do
you
I.
either.
So we have nothing to worry about.
Yeah,
This is us just being honest with each other and whoever's listening that this is how we feel. This is what it's been on my mind all week. And I just want to voice it and speak my heart to it.
yeah,
And you do too.
Mm-hmm.
So, if we say something that hurts your feelings or we're off, please respond. But like, there's no fucking malice or any kind of
Yeah.
hate from this speech at all. I'm not trying to wish ill will on anyone. All I'm trying to see is that black people get the rights that they deserve. No kid, no black kid should be growing up with I just watched a video. Because I'm seeing kids in videos that are like their parents are teaching them like how to if a cop approaches you, do these steps.
yeah,
I'm seeing a 4 or 5 year old little girl,
yeah.
and I just don't want to see that. I don't want to live in a world where that's a thing that a child has to even think about. So
Yo, you know what broke me, dude?
yeah,
It was the 17-year-old kid with like a 31-year-old father
I watched that.
and the fucking 45-year-old guy that was freaking out.
I saw that.
Dude, watching that, he's going like,
It's generational.
yeah, man. From fucking 17 to 40.
He goes, just find a better way because
Yeah.
this way isn't working.
Because my generation didn't work, your generation didn't work,
And you're gonna
that
be here in
generation
10
didn't work,
years, and you're gonna be doing the
and
same
you're gonna be doing
thing.
the same shit.
And he's right. There's got to be a better way.
To see that, bro, was just like, I can't, man. I can't look at that.
I don't
Fucking
think
heartbreaking, man.
I don't know. If you have a pulse and that doesn't hurt you in some kind of way, man, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know. I don't know how to communicate it to you. I don't know. My thing is just plugging someone you love and try.
Yeah.
I don't know. But right off the bat, if you watch something like that, man, that should do something to you. There's nobody, no culture should be praying that they don't get killed when they walk out by a law enforcement officer.
Yeah.
Okay. I had a gun drawn on me, not even drawn, almost pulled on me by a cop, and I felt like I was being robbed, and I felt like I was wronged, and I felt like it was the worst thing and I wanted to cry. I was so upset. I felt like I was robbed. That's just one incident from me that isn't even close. It's not even close. And then maybe if I was black, how would that end up?
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah. That's huge. I didn't want to throw in like personal cop stories because I don't know. But like there's so like I've had many fucking cop incidents, and it's like you
Pleasant,
feel
for the most part.
some pleasant, but like a lot of them are fucking. You can feel the like intimidation,
Oh, totally.
like that power that they hold on to, man.
Absolutely.
Like they hold on to that shit,
They have
and
to
they
have
they
power.
flaunt it.
Well, that's so okay. If you're a police officer, you're taught you have to act on impulse. You have to like catch a thing
Yeah.
off of instinct, or you're scanning a thing or whatever, and it's like, okay, something's wrong here. Something's fishy.
Yeah.
I'm allowed to do whatever I want in this moment to either defend myself if I feel threatened. This is real. Or if I feel something is about to happen, I have to stop it before it begins. Now, these people are given weapons. This is your part of your job. You can take a life with them. You can take a life by choking someone to death in handcuffs. If you have that kind of responsibility, I don't see how you can have any kind of prejudice whatsoever.
Yeah. That's not the place
And
for it, man.
and if for black people specifically, they've signed on to this society Just like we have, man. When your family came here to America, they said, "I want to be a part of this culture. I want to be a part of this society." Society says these are these rules. I watched this Trevor Noah video, and he like labeled it all for me, dude. It was amazing. Society is a set of rules that we're all saying, all of us collectively are going to say, "Yep, I agree, and I want a part of this." Now we're promised to be protected by law enforcement, right?
Yeah.
So we all sign on. But black people have signed on to a thing that has promised them something, just like it promised us, where we've gotten it for the most part.
Yeah.
And where the majority of them don't.
Yeah.
So with these riots and with I think where you wanted to go into it, and I could be wrong, but like, is it right to be with the looting and the burning of everything and the violence that's happening?
Yeah.
Is this a right or wrong thing? My thing is this. What's the other alternative?
Exactly.
If
again, it's like, do you really not get why this is happening?
Right. If you follow the rules, if you're black, this keeps happening. We're in the same cycle. We're in the same, nothing's changed.
Yeah.
Same government, same structure, same judicial system. You're definitely going to be more in trouble than anyone else. For sure. If you just peacefully protest and like, I don't know. I don't know.
And if you read, like a lot of these things started as peaceful protests.
Yes.
A lot of them started as it, but I also want to throw in that it's such a mess because with the pandemic and shit, with the coronavirus, it's like, it's not just black people and like protesters that are going for this movement doing this shit.
Yeah.
And a lot of those, like, I don't know, I've seen so many videos. I've just been trying to go through everything. And I feel like every video you really have to take with a grain of salt.
Yep.
Because it's
you don't
like,
know what happens before.
yeah, like all that stuff. But seeing people, like a lot of like the vandalization, damages and stuff, it's like, it's not even fucking protesters. It's people just going to loot because, you know, and like these people that, you know, have only seen a fucking stimulus check for $1,000 and have a full family. Yeah. And
how are you supposed to provide?
Yeah. It's like, what do you think this is?
And there's still people
do,
peacefully
man?
protesting in the midst of all this.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is, what's the point? I don't condone this. I'm against the violence. I'm against the burn it down thing. I think it has to be totally restructured. This whole judicial system and police specifically.
It's got to be reformed.
It has to be reformed. It has to be. This government has to be reformed in some way so that we're all equal. David Joseph Lino signs his fucking name to that. But I think there has to be some kind of way. There's a reason Martin Luther King's message has been, you know, we recognize him as the one of the most effective.
I just wrote that shit down. A riot is the language of the unheard.
Bang.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying.
What else are you gonna fucking do?
There's a reason. His message was you peacefully protest. You turn the other cheek like Jesus did. You know, if someone spits in your cheek on your one side of your face, you turn it to the other side. You're not there to throw fists. You're not there to hurt another person. Violence begets violence. Do you think someone's going to empathize with you because you're smacking them around? You're going to say, "Hey, do you love me now?" Of course not.
No.
Of course not. Do you understand my plight? Of course not. You know. That's my human to human belief, my individual to individual belief. If you did something to me to hurt me, or come at me or accuse me or whatever, right? I wouldn't be able to hear you as loudly. If you were like, "Hey man, I love you, and I want to talk to you about something," or if you just sat here and didn't say anything to me, I'd go crazy. You know what I mean? I'd be fucking broken. I'd be like, "What's going on? What did I do? What did I do?" And I don't know if this is the right way. I don't know. I totally empathize with people who are angry as fuck. With people who are, you know, starting violence, and I empathize. I'm not saying I don't, dude. I'm not saying I know a better way. I'm saying I don't know if that's the way I think this is going to get resolved, or the way that there's going to be real growth. That's all I'm saying. But who knows? Who knows, man? I don't know what I'm talking about, really. I'm just talking from the heart. I don't know if maybe violent protest is the way, because then things have to change. Maybe if the government feels like they're backed into a corner and they have to send out the military and resources getting burned.
I think really it's like, it's inevitable, you know, especially with all, like, if month after month, all these people dying, you know what I mean? Like with literally the past couple months, like the past month, it's been like 3, right?
Yep.
With George Floyd, it's Ahmaud and Breonna Taylor, and it's like you barely hear about other shit. You know what I mean? So I can understand both sides, man. Like I get both, man. And I think it's just, it hurts me when it's small business and even
Killer Mike talked about it, right?
Oh my
About
god,
the
did you
burning-
watch this thing, man?
Yeah.
That shit fucking
He said
broke
something
me too,
really,
man.
really eloquent about like not burning your own.
Yeah. Because you see a lot of, there's so many, even I saw so many videos of just like black owned businesses and the owners, like people trying to loot their like safes and shit, and it's like, you look at that, it's like, what, and they don't know what to do. Like, what are you supposed to do, man?
Just both sides don't know what to do in that situation. You want change so bad you're willing to do anything for it, right? And I get that.
And I think I guess you have a right to, man.
There's
what else can you do?
And the system is against you always. So like you have to restructure the system, because if you play by the rules of the system, if the system says no bad, you're like, fuck you, system. Like you've put me and my entire family and generations of my family against you.
Yep.
And we've sat quiet for a long time, and now we're not anymore. And if you say these are the rules, you have to follow these rules, well, fuck the rules.
Yeah.
They're your rules. They're not our rules collectively.
They don't pertain.
No.
It's different.
Yeah. We
You're
have to
literally
change
staring
these.
the rule in your face, and it's different to you.
And like, how do you solve the cop situation? Do you just wipe out all cops?
Nah, man.
What do you do?
I don't know. I don't fucking know anymore.
Do you have to there's got to be some kind of like, I don't know. I don't
It's
know.
like, imagine America had like British cops, or like any other, like they don't even have guns or anything.
Right.
You know, imagine.
But it's still, if it was 3 against 1 and there's a knee on someone's neck, it's over. Same thing.
I don't know.
I don't know either, man.
I have a couple different things I want to. Another thing I despise seeing too is like how media has. And I feel like this is the new age of politics and like all the shit where both parties are guilty of it. The president's guilty of it. Everyone's fucking guilty of this. They use these like catastrophes as fuel for their own campaigns.
Yes.
You know, that's the most disgusting thing I've been seeing, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's like these media will change, you know, they'll say this shit about you know, they're like showing sympathy for this, you know, this case and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And they show this like Antifa, these new shit. It's like,
did you hear what
it's
Biden
like,
said?
The Russian people.
Did you hear what Biden said?
What did he say?
To Charlemagne? And they had an interview
Oh yeah.
about like, if you don't vote for me, you're not black, man.
Yeah,
Come on.
yeah.
What?
That was a bit, I don't know. Biden's like, I don't know.
But I'm just, that's one, I don't go either way. That example is like perfect for what you're talking about. Like, he's saying like, oh, I'm left.
Yeah.
Like, if you don't vote for me, you're not black. Charlemagne, come on.
Literally saying it to his
He
face.
said that. I was like, huh?
It's tough, man.
Biden, you play into the same system as anybody.
Yeah. Look at yourself in the mirror, man. Like, what's going on?
but whatever. I don't know politics. I don't know anything.
Yeah.
It just surprised me when he said that. I was like, oh, this feels wrong. This feels really wrong when he said that. That's a racist fucking thing to say.
One of the I want to pull up some. I don't know, how does a president have time to tweet so much, dude? It's literally 50 tweets an hour, dude.
The fuck away from him.
Like,
dude.
honestly, that's
How
like,
does he still have his Twitter account?
I don't know, man. It's nuts. But there was one thing he fucking tweeted that really, like, I've honestly just been very neutral in politics.
Me too.
And like, I don't know why, this is how I've been. How like within all the years,
both
man.
Sides of everything,
I hear
right?
both sides, and like nothing ever like really like interests me.
Yeah.
What people are saying is, it's just the system seems so stupid.
Me
man.
too, dude.
It's like, why are we? Is this a
It's
football game, bro? Like,
yeah.
I don't get this.
And
shit.
it's so flawed.
Why we got team? Yeah, it's so flawed,
it's so
man.
phony. It's
Yeah.
Each representative is usually just a facade of like things that they think that right people want to hear, and the left people want to hear, because
And this shit changes. Like I'm saying,
Yes.
it changes every time to suit whoever you're trying to get. I'm trying to get some points right now from these people. I'm trying to get some yes from these people.
Yes, dude.
And
it's all about the vote.
It's not about anything. It's not about what you fucking care about. It's not about what you Trump supporters care about, what you Biden support. They don't give a shit about you.
Mm-hmm.
They don't care. They really don't. They're trying to have their own plan and do whatever they can.
But like, what's our option?
figure it out.
You know what I'm saying? We live in this society. We signed up for this kind of fucking government, and this is what we get. This is what we've grown to. This is what we have. We get to vote for either one.
Yep.
What?
It's weird. It's really weird.
We don't have to. I mean, we can vote independent.
There were. I think today came out. There was
Why is there never
some
going to be an
call-
independent vote, like winner?
I don't know, man. So there's a call that I think it was the president called the governors of like some states and stuff,
You were telling me about this.
and like just listening to like he was calling the governors of each state that would have like, you know, the biggest problems and everything. And just the way that they were talking to each other and shit, it's just like, I don't know, man. It just felt really like disgusting and like inhumane. And like the president kept saying that he was calling the governors weak, that were having like really bad like protesters and like damages and stuff like that. And he was calling them weak too. And I don't know about any of the fucking states. I don't know what the fuck they're doing or what's good or bad or what they, you know, or they're supposed to be doing. I don't fucking know, man.
Yeah.
But the way he was saying, he was like, you have to dominate the protesters. You have to keep, and he kept like saying to dominate them with force. And they're like, we're gonna send the whatever, the National Guard in. Like, we'll do it. We'll fucking do it if you're not gonna do it. We're gonna use our force. We're gonna dominate these citizens and put them in their place and shit like that. And like that just doesn't seem like the right way to be. Right?
I don't think any civilization has been dominated and like survived.
No.
You know what I'm saying? There's going to be a fucking revolution.
How is that American?
Well, it's going to be. It's not.
You know what I mean? Like,
you have to have your voice heard. That's the country was.
You're literally shutting them up. You're shutting protesters up.
We were a group of protesters that said no to England and started our own country.
Yeah. What, are you going to do that again? Like, I don't know. And another thing he tweeted. He tweeted like a tweet from a quote from I looked into this, from the 1960s police chief of Miami, Walter Headley, and it was a saying which says, when the looting starts, the shooting starts.
Yeah.
Which that's another thing for me. Just I was like, how are you gonna incite these, like, I don't know, this, it's literally inciting the whole fucking situation. Like, how is that gonna make people feel safe? Or that, I feel like that's gonna egg them on even more to be like, hey, let's go fucking blow shit up.
Why not?
Right?
If your president is saying that,
like threatening you,
this is your representative to the world.
And yours. This guy was a racist. Like, this police chief, he was a racist in the 60s, dude, in the fucking black activist movement. Like, I don't get it. Like, what are you doing?
It's just sad, man. I just don't.
And I'm just saying these things. I'm just putting things out there that were said out there, that he put out there. All right, I'm not trying to influence anyone. I'm just trying to say things. Another thing, I want to throw this in there. The Mississippi mayor, this fucking guy. I'll put a picture up of this fucking guy. Do you know what this guy said about the George Floyd incident?
That he's hungry?
Might as well be. He said, if you say you can't breathe, you're breathing.
Oh.
Most likely that man died of an overdose or heart attack. The video doesn't show resistance that got him into that position. Police being crucified. And that's a mayor of a state. Like, what is that? And hey, what's going to tell me not to say, put a fucking knee on his neck and see if he can breathe?
Right.
Right? I don't know, man. It's like this.
Hey, what's his name? Hal Marks?
Hal Marks.
Call into the podcast if you can, man. I would love to talk to you about. Can we call him? I'm serious. Is there some kind of number that
I don't
we can,
know.
like, reach
Maybe
this
there
man?
might be.
Because
that'd be cool if we can just call.
I would
him.
love that. We should call the government. We should call this mayor. This is what we should do, because I'd love to talk to him about that comment specifically. Because he probably has trouble breathing when he goes to fuck up the stairs. Oh man. I just don't know how you can't have a heart, bro.
Yeah.
Like to me that's not party shit. That's not.
I think that's that. Honestly, dude, that's all I ask is, like, I just compassion, heart.
We all have
and
it.
realize we can live together. We can all do this.
We all
have
capable,
that in us.
We are all capable of having a heart. If we rewind to being kids again, you all played with each other on the fucking playground, man. I swear to God, there was no lines drawn in the sand. You were not born with a fucking racist bone in your body. Okay? We're all people. We all have the same heart. We're all here for each other. That's our purpose. Guess what? That's life's purpose. Take care of each other. And wipe all the fucking partisan shit away, right? All your beliefs, everything. That's a human being in front of you. If you have the opportunity to either hurt or help a human being, whatever your fucking job is, you should help. You should help. That's all I'm trying to say, man. And you know in your fucking heart that's the truest shit said tonight. That's true. That's true. There's no part of you that should want to fucking hurt a human being in front of you. That's a human being, just like you. So take care of each other, man. It's simple. It's simple. It's simple, dude. I'm sick of this shit, dude. I'm sick of seeing it. I don't want to fucking see it. I don't want to have to talk about it. I don't want to see a fucking fat Mississippi mayor say some dumb shit about someone who fucking died, who's a father, who's a fucking father, who died with no fucking purpose, died in a street while people watched because of his fucking color of his skin. I'm sick of it, dude. Yep. I'm done. I don't have anything else to say about it, man. Yeah. I'm just fucking done. I don't know. I'm heartbroken, man.
I know, me too.
That kind of shit fucking bothers me, dude. Yeah. I'm sorry.
I know it does, man.
I'm sick of it, bro. It's 2020.
Yep.
What are we doing?
It's 80 years of fucking oppression, bro. It's gotta fucking stop. There's no other way to fucking say this, man. I think there's two people in this world, man. There's good people, there's bad people. It doesn't take a lot to be a good person, man.
It doesn't, man. It really fucking... It doesn't. Fuck your votes. Fuck your next election. Whatever the fuck you have that's your ambitious thing that you're pulling for to get all your votes. It's not worth the life, man. It's just not.
I'm gonna take this guy off the screen,
Please,
bro.
dude, man. I don't want to talk about it.
I know.
Bro.
I think we've said enough,
man.
So I urge everyone to be a good person. And I want to shout out some places to donate.
Please do.
Bed-Stuy Strong out here in New York, supporting the neighborhoods out here.
Yeah.
We got NYC Black Mutual Aid. I'm going to put everything up in the video and put everything in the descriptions too. These are all places you could donate, support, petition on change.org. There's everything. The official George Floyd Memorial Fund.
Please donate.
$7.5 million raised. Like, beautiful things. Like, these are people, dude. Man.
Hey, this kind of thing right here, George Floyd's Memorial Fund, this is undeniable. When people watch this and see how much has been donated to this person's family, you can't deny that. You can't deny that. The love. You can't deny love. Okay? That has to be seen.
Yeah, man.
And I'm proud of the people who are doing it. Please keep donating if you can.
Another one, Minnesota Freedom Fund. Another big, they're actually telling people to donate to other ones because they have so much support.
Oh, good.
Black Visions Collective. I think I donated to this one. But yeah, and all these things, I'm going to keep shouting more out. Yeah. Reclaim the Block. We got the Action Network, Justice for George Floyd. This is specifically for Atlanta. Everywhere can, use some help, man.
Yep. And it doesn't have to be broadcasted either, right? This quick thing I want to say. There shouldn't be a thing that's done for a purpose of virtue signaling or whatever.
Yeah, man.
Do it because you really have your brothers and sisters.
Do this because you feel this, man.
And you give a fuck about people. And hey, what did Lil Wayne say? Real G's move in silence like lasagna, dude. You like that one, bro?
Oh, shit.
Move in silence like lasagna, bro. Just do the right thing, and there's no reason to broadcast that.
Yeah.
Unless you want to.
And I definitely think, obviously, when the time is, like right now, I think if you have a platform, man, if you have anything, if you have followers, if you have whatever, and you use Twitter, Instagram, any of the shit, start putting shit out there, man. If you're not already, I think you really should change your mind and put everything out there. It doesn't matter. You got to put that into the world, man.
If we all do, man, it's going to be undeniable. It's going to be an undeniable thing. It's going to be undeniable.
Whatever you put it, like if you think you can't help or you can't do anything, put out to the world what you want and you'll see it back. You'll see, you start watching. Like a beautiful thing that I saw in where I live, when I moved here, I lived in like the same place for like 10 years. In the beginning, I never saw like the black neighborhoods, but like now, dude, I see like everyone. I see like so many like different like black families, Hispanic, like everything, like Hispanics groceries opening up like on my block. You know what I mean? I'm like, like this is crazy, man. Like people are expanding.
Yeah.
And I'm like, good for fucking them.
We're the melting pot.
Good for them, man.
We're the melting pot. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Another thing, it's people tend to say like if you are getting heated about this shit, if you're going out there fucking, raising your voice or, trying to help, people are like, you're over exaggerating. Or if people think that, man, and they're thinking like it's not cool to fucking go out there and like, I don't know, go for a cause. If you're fucking white and you want to help, your brother, your sister, black people, whatever, it's cool to fucking care, man. I just want to say it's cool to care. It's not a fucking, it's not like an image thing. It's like, just go out there, fucking do it.
Yes.
It doesn't matter.
You don't need to post pictures about it. You just need to be there.
Yeah.
That's my thing. It's just, this could be a very trendy thing if we're not careful. This is not a trend. This is supposed to be actual activism.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If that's the thing that gets you off the couch, maybe great. But remember, at the end of the day, we're doing this for our black brothers and sisters who have been oppressed. Okay? That's why we're out here. And we don't want that to happen anymore.
And all you Instagram hoes posting your asses on beaches, cut it out. Cut it out.
Oh, God.
And that's it.
Oh, man.
Any last words there?
Dude, dude.
I love you, bro. Thanks for
man.
getting in this with me.
Yeah, I'm sorry I blew up, but it's just...
No, I think it's important, man.
Rest in peace to George Floyd, man. Say a prayer for him tonight.
Big rest in peace
And,
to all the
Aubrey,
wronged,
Brianna, and everyone who's been wronged in this fucked up cycle.
And I think people are the key to stop this.
Yeah, I want to say again, Black lives do matter.
Yes, Black lives matter.
I love you. I love my black brothers and sisters, and any way I can help, I'm here. And this is your platform as much as it's ours. So, anything that comes up, send it to us, and we're going to talk about it.
Yeah.
And this is not going to get swept under the rug.
I'm going to keep posting shit.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
Take us out, Mikey.
Well, that's the podcast, episode 71. www.powerupyourhairpodcast.co. Where you can have 40M. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, the video, Anchor.fm.
Yeah.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Stay safe.